Hey folks, Chef Pepper here. Welcome back, you guys. We're going to be doing a video on these two fish. The red one is called a golden red snapper, and it's from New Zealand. And the black one is called northern sea bass from locally New York. And these are both very, very good eating fish. So I've never filleted or even seen or tasted this golden red snapper, but it's extremely fresh, and we're going to go ahead and fillet it. We're not going to scale it or gut it because we're going to be taking the skin off once we fillet it, and we just want to, save the mess that the guts bring. And we're going to be skinning both of these fish. So we're going to start with this New Zealand golden red snapper, and if you look at in the light, the top of the fish, it's got a golden tinge to it, and it's really fresh. This is a really nice fresh fish. You can see the eyes. There's a beautiful clear eyes, and the gills are very fresh, and there is no strong fishy scent coming from it. If I was to describe this fish to somebody that was familiar with Florida fish, to me it looks like a mix between a Florida squirrel fish. That's the consistency of the scales, and then it has the body, the head, big eyes like a toro from Florida also, which is a bottom fish. So we're gonna go ahead and fillet this fish now. Like I said, folks, I've never filleted. Always make sure you've got a nice sharp knife. I use my green fillet knife. It's got a little bit of a bend to it. Make sure that it's good and sharp. So what we do is right behind that pectoral fin, well, you see that is really fresh. It snaps right back. And be careful, there's a razor sharp gill plate right up here by the head. That looks very, very, very sharp. So be real careful when you're doing this, guys. So what we always do is we make an insertion right by the head, and we're gonna bring our knives back, and we're gonna do it the same way that we fillet all of our fish with this similar anatomy. You poke the knife in there and you move it away from your body so that you have a place of entry where you can run your knife down. So that's just that first stroke, and it doesn't have a really high raised belly rib cage. And then you just kind of work your knife like I was telling you guys. You always use the tip of your knife to kind of work it. That's a really nice, clean, it's beautiful meat. Beautiful meat. That looks really, really good. We're gonna just trim away a little bit of the belly right here so that it pulls that belly cavity meat back. We'll discard that. We're gonna go ahead and lay our fillets down on this plate right here. It's very nice. Very nice looking fillet. So as you guys see, that was really easy. You don't have to know how to fillet specific fish. If you apply the same principles and techniques, you can fillet any fish. Same thing. Put that down there. Now I'm going to turn my knife opposite to me, and I'm going to make a point of entry right there, and then use the knife to run down. And then that's where you stick your knife in. Angle it to come up. You've already got that really nice, look at that, that's really nice, clean. You crack those pin bone, the rib cage, stroke your knife down, and just run it right across the fish. And be careful with the gill plates. This is what I was telling you guys. See these gill plates right here, they're very sharp. They have spikes on them. It's, oh my gosh, it's like a razor blade right here. So you guys have to be really careful when you're doing that to your fish. But here it is. That's the fish fully filleted without being gutted. And now we have two nice little fillets. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the skin off of these two fillets, and we're gonna see how the meat actually really looks. So I always like to keep a decently clean cutting area. You can use anything that you want to keep it clean. And there's nothing wrong with using your fillet knife to skin your fish, but I have a skinning knife here which isn't as sharp, so it doesn't rip right into the meat. So just like always, you try to hold that very tip of the tail piece down so that you can get your skinning started. And as you saw, you just wiggle it back. That was just so quick. You just wiggle it back. Look at how beautiful that is. You have your piece of skin still intact, and that's a beautiful glistening iridescence shone that it has on this fish. That is absolutely beautiful. So we'll do the other one. Same thing, just hold that fillet down by the tip of the skin, and once you get enough where you can pick it up and hold it, you just kind of pull it towards you and let the knife do its work. And there's the other side. So that's just really beautiful, guys. Now, like I said, all these fish, they pretty much have the same design. There's pin bones in here that you can either pull or you can actually cut them away. I can feel them right here, and so I'm going to go ahead and make a little V where I feel that those pin bones are, and that's all pin bones right there. There's no bones in this now. That's a completely boneless fillet, and we'll do the same thing to this. So I'm going to be a little brave today. I want to see if this fish can be eaten. The quality is definitely there. It's definitely fresh enough for us to eat it as sushi. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off my board really, really nice. I'm gonna wipe it off really good. And then we're gonna get our sharp knife, and we're gonna go ahead and slice a few pieces for sushi and see how it tastes. All right, so let me rinse off my knife that I used to fillet it. And this is a really fatty fish. You can feel the fat, and the fat residue stayed on my knife, and that's what you want for sushi. You want something that's going to be fatty or somewhat oily. So New Zealand's pretty cold, so I'm guessing that this fillet is going to be very tasty. But if it doesn't taste good for sushi, we're definitely going to try it for when we cook it. We can either saute a piece and fry a piece and see how it comes out. We just take those little ribbons off right there. Very clean fillet, man. I like the way this looks. Never seen or heard anything about this fish. So we're gonna go ahead and use the dorsal loin. The dorsal loin is the top. This is the posterior dorsal loin. That's the anterior dorsal loin. So we're gonna use the posterior dorsal loin to see if it's gonna be any good for sushi. Okay, now you can rinse it off if you want, but after you rinse it off, you want to dry it off really good too. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna rinse it off and then dry it off really nice. And we're gonna go ahead and put our pieces that we cut on a plate. We'll have some soy sauce and wasabi, and we're gonna try it out. And this is the first time we're trying this out, so you guys are here trying it with me for the very first time. I will be completely honest as to how it tastes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try to slice it as thin as possible. There we go. We'll move that up here a little bit. So you always want to make sure you're working on a very clean surface so that you get the best result from your we'll go ahead and lay the pieces on here. So I don't want to put too many pieces on here, because if it's not really good for sushi, then we can always cook the rest of it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with that. Now I'm going to get some wasabi and some soy sauce. You use either sushi soy sauce, or you can use a lighter soy sauce. You don't really want to use the dark soy sauce because it's too salty. So we have some really, really nice soy sauce right here that we're gonna use. It's a lighter, lower sodium soy sauce. This hasn't been opened yet, so we're gonna go ahead and open it. Yeah, it's always nice when you know that it's very flavorful, and it's giving me a little bit of a problem opening it. There we go. So we're gonna pour some in our dish. And then we're going to put some wasabi in there. Wasabi gives it a nice little kick. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try it in real time, just to see exactly how it tastes. We'll mix our little wasabi in there, and then we're going to go ahead and try it. Here we go, folks. This is golden red snapper from New Zealand, sushi style. Oh wow, it's buttery. It has a really nice buttery texture, and it has an excellent flavor. That is really, really, really good. I'm gonna go ahead and eat another piece, and then I'm gonna see if my sister wants to try, because I'm a sushi lover, and I know she really enjoys sushi too, but we're gonna try this second piece. Folks, that's amazing. That is really, really amazing. Let me rinse off these chopsticks. All right, now we're gonna give it the second taste test. We're gonna have my camera woman taste it and see how she likes it, and she loves the wasabi. We put a little more wasabi on there for her, and we'll give her a taste.
That's good.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that really good? So I'm gonna go ahead and...
Very clean.
It's really clean, it's buttery, it's fatty. It's a fatty fish coming from New Zealand, where the climate is cold, and it has a lot of flavor, folks. It's really, really... I'm gonna have another piece, and we're gonna probably go ahead and cook a little piece and try it out, see how it is. But we'll show you that. Tune in to part 2 of this golden red snapper from New Zealand. And then I'm going to go ahead and fillet that black sea bass. And so, thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you really soon. Bye for now.